All right, so we're here at Greenwood. We're getting ready to load this machine. I didn't do any filming because I'm running late, but we had to back all the way down this road, off of that road up there, just because this is a dead end street. So Oscar's gonna get the machine thrown on there. We're just gonna slap 2 chains on it. We're just going to the end of this street, pretty much. Well, to the end of it and then hang a left, like 2 houses down the left. We just don't want to track up any dirt on the road. So that's where we're at on that. So he's gonna get that thing loaded. And then this is the property we just did. I didn't film yesterday because I was, like I said, we had the new driver and I was running behind, but we got it graded out. Everything's sloped, so got that done. Sewer's abandoned, so we're gonna probably leave the cat here for now. Let him get this thing loaded, we'll get it moved. And then, like I said, we're just gonna slap 2 chains on it because we're just dragging it, 1,200 feet up the road. Well, I just don't wanna track it too much. We're in the city limits. So anyways, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna help them finish getting this thing loaded. Then I'm gonna drag this machine up there to the next house. Looks like I started parking in Big Dad's favorite spot and on the wrong side of the road. But you do what you gotta do. Let's get it unloaded. Well, as y'all can see, we're back at the shop. Why that is, you ask? Well, because the powers that be, they think it's funny to jerk around the working man's chain. Anyway, basically, when you do asbestos work, you follow special regs. Well, apparently the EPA has introduced some new regulations, and our local DHEC, or for our state, interpreted it a different way, and they've changed the regs. Did not notify any abatement contractors. We are all finding out on the job that things have changed, which sometimes may stop you in the middle of the project. So that being said, I'm back at the shop. So I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow and hopefully we can get started back on it. It wasn't a big deal what got changed, but it's big enough that if you don't have the stuff with you that they're requiring, you can't start the job. And the biggest change was when you tear a structure down with asbestos still in it where it was too unsafe to remove it beforehand. That was the biggest change. They require you to put a shower up now, which is crazy because it's an outside abatement. But anyway, so some states maybe have been doing that. Each state is different. You have the standard guidelines in each state. Some are more stringent than others with additional rules. So we're back here at the shop. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do is, well, actually Eric and Oscar, this trailer over here, this little, sorry, I got peppermint in my mouth. This little enclosed trailer, we are gonna turn into a mobile decon, which is gonna have a shower in it, a water setup, a generator, all because of this new reg. It's just gonna save time, because if not, it's gonna take time to build the decon every time, and it's just, we want something fast so we can get in, get out. That's how you make money in demolition. You don't make money in demolition by landing a big job with this crazy amount of profit. Sometimes you get those unicorn jobs, but for the most part, it's all about efficiency, getting in, getting out. Actually, one of my customers is calling right now. Let me get it. Yeah, sorry about that. Had a buddy of ours we do some hauling for. He called, and we were, actually I don't even remember what we called about. Oh yeah, I was supposed to haul topsoil for him, but he ended up scrounging up enough on the side to make it work. So anyway, but what I was saying is I'm gonna go and get some hoses made for this thing. And honestly, I think this sweeper is the one that's no good. I think these hoses will work off of this sweeper. I don't know. These fittings look a little bit bigger, just because the way the pump works. I guess it needs a lot of volume to keep it going. But if I had to cut those ends off and reduce them down, or even get a little coupling or reducer. So I'm gonna see what I can do with that, and I'll check back with y'all here in a little bit and see if we get this thing up and going. Turn the day around. Well, it's always something with these off-brand buckets, but this always seems to be the number one problem, is they never tighten the fittings on these things. So I'm gonna, don't judge me, I'm just got some channel locks in my hand, but well, I get them an adjustment. Look at that. Like, who is over quality control with this stuff? There we go. Alright, so let me try the skin and I'll get back with you here in a second. Alright, so I got the bucket on. So that's the full tilt right there. I don't know, I'd say it's probably a 30 degree. But, I'll give them this. Of course, my pins aren't bolted in. I just slid them in to put the bucket on. But I'll say this about the bucket. For $1,400, hold on a second. I got grease oil on the camera. So for $1,400, I mean, I did have to have these hoses made. I got them quick connect. I was gonna put a valve in for the thumb, but I ended up putting these on the thumb too. So I'll end up since these cylinders are so small, I'll probably just take it off with the bucket every time. Cause I mean, I don't know how often I'm gonna use this bucket. I thought it'd be a good little addition to have, because the capacity and just the grading capabilities. But I routed it through here. The only thing I don't like about it is this. I asked them to put 90s on this, and I didn't pay attention to it, and they brought it back out to me. So it sticks out, but I think what I'm gonna end up doing is shoving that in there and welding a plate right here or something that's easily removable to protect that. If you really go to curl, you're just gonna hit that. But yeah, I mean, and I will say this too. This plate, so there's your cylinder. There you go. You cover it up. It's got 2 cotter pins. They go through here. Pretty easy. Like I said, other than that one leak, that loose fitting, like I said, I hadn't put it to use yet and really tried it. We're just kind of mocking it up. Like I said, I got to still bolt the pins in. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a good little addition. It's not a quick coupler setup, but I mean, to be honest with you, these pins are so small, it's still one-man job. It's not difficult. So, but yeah, that's it. Whenever I get to finally put it into use, I'll get some footage of it. But right now, I just want to show you guys the angle and different things like that. But for the price, I mean, I think some of the other ones were like $5,000. Now this is a 42-inch. I don't know what the other ones were, but they weren't that big of a difference in size, but huge difference in price. So, and all this stuff is easily repairable, cylinders and stuff, hoses. But yeah, that's it. So I'll wrap this video up with that. So today, like I said, today ended up being a fluke because of the whole DHEC regs changing and nobody notifying any contractors. So that kind of flopped the day. But we ended up getting some gravel haul for another customer. We're able to keep the driver busy a little bit, one of the drivers. And hopefully we'll regroup for tomorrow, maybe Friday, before we can go back to Greenwood and start. But so that's it. Yep, I want to get that bucket done. They are starting to work on the trailer again. Just to explain this to you guys a little bit. We're basically going to put a shower in here. So in asbestos, you have a dirty room, which is the first room you go into, or equipment room, whatever you want to call it. Dirty room, an airlock, a shower, an airlock, and then the clean room. The airlock is just a gap, a little space in between the two. It's a little room, but there's nothing in it. Just kind of a barrier. South Carolina has 5. I think Georgia has 3. But for us, we have 5. And the 2 drums, we'll keep clean water in one of them. And we have to, golly, I want to say 5 micron, the water through the shower, and pump it into one of those drums. And the clean water, then it goes into sanitary sewer. So, but yeah, all this for really nothing, to be honest with you. We do a lot of asbestos, and this is the first time they've come out with this in our state, and this is probably the goofiest regulation for a Rackham demolition. I don't mean a standard abatement. This is normal for that type of thing, but for a Rackham demolition, this is insane. So anyway, it's getting late. I'm gonna head to the house. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.